From Nipponichi Software comes the PS3 exclusive crossover RPG, Trinity Universe. Does it subsist on fan service alone, or does it have its own strengths? Nipponichi Software, more commonly known as NIS, has made it a routine to port Japanese games stateside for the ravenous otaku crowd. Trinity Universe is a dungeon crawler crossover anime extravaganza. Set in the Netherverse, players can travel two distinct storylines, each with its own cast of colorful characters. The stories intersect at certain key points, and there's some repetition, but the two plots are largely unique. The so-called Demon Lord plot casts you as the Demon Dog King Kanata, and the Goddess plot has you fill the role of the Valkyrie Roselia. The former features appearances of characters like Etna and Prinny from NIS's Disgaea franchise, while the latter opts for the inclusion of Pamela and Violet from Gust's Atelier series. The rest of the cast is rounded out by 6 original characters, all of whom fulfill their supporting roles in the quirky story. Trinity Universe has the expected corny and sometimes embarrassingly bad writing, but it's balanced out with enough humor and there are plenty of strange plot twists to make up for the occasional cringe. It definitely helps if you're already open to the anime subculture. The script is chock full of comedy about video games, RPG story archetypes, and references to other series, so experienced gamers will find the story enjoyable, as long as they don't take it too seriously.
このプリニーに何を期待しているんですか?
唐突に現れた謎の生物に関われば特別な力を授かるのが漫画やアニメの王道じゃないか。
Gameplay-wise, Trinity Universe is broken up into dungeon crawling and battles, with a few extra features like item synthesis and weapon customization. As new things drift in and out of the Netherverse, dungeons, missions, and events are opened up for exploration. Time plays a big role in how each dungeon is tackled, seeing as a dungeon can only be searched while it's in orbit. The loot and enemies that one encounters within dungeons will also change based on the date and time. This open structure keeps the game from becoming too linear, but more often than not, dungeons have little or nothing to do with the main storyline, and it only serves as arenas to level up your characters. Traversing dungeons is simple and straightforward with only a few branching paths, and the experience is hampered by a stiff camera. The battle system attempts to be more action-packed than traditional turn-based systems, and it succeeds eventually once players unlock more combos and abilities. It doesn't reinvent the wheel, and it won't shock you with originality, but it's functional, although the largely static camera can get boring. The game is, without a doubt, a grind fest. Newcomers might be put off by this, but fans of other NIS and Gust franchises will not be disappointed. Visually, Trinity Universe is somewhat lacking. The dungeons are bland and the character portraits and dialogue don't show enough emotion at times. The lack of proper cutscenes is also disappointing. In the audio department, English voiceovers are the primary offenders. The already outlandish dialogue seems even crazier when spoken in English, so we suggest turning on the Japanese audio option. There's also a bit of a problem with repetition in battle, but players unlock new battle phrases as they progress through the game. The music isn't your typical JRPG orchestral fare, but instead something more akin to an anime soundtrack. Trinity Universe is a niche title, and while we doubt it'll convert anyone, members of the target audience shouldn't overlook it. Its plotline and characters are entertaining, the gameplay is solid, and it finds the right balance between a crossover and a fully original title. And at its bargain price, the hundreds of hours of gameplay will ensure great value for those who choose to take the plunge.